What's up, guys? It's Mr. Javid, and in today's video I'm going to be revealing the secret to never tilt again. Yes, the secret, the cure that they don't want you, doctors don't want you to know about this cure, guys. And yeah, so what is tilting, right? I'm going to go into all this in today's video, but let's describe what we're talking about. Have you ever been going up the ladder, or maybe you just opened up Showdown and you're like, or really any game, because you can tilt in any game or anything. You're like, okay, we're about to get it. Or maybe you're about to hit a new peak of yours, a new milestone, and you lose a game. You're like, okay, let me grab another one. Let me get these points back. And then you lose the next game, and maybe you lose the game after that. And you find yourself, you may have just won 2 games out of the last 10, and you're now less 400 points, 300 points, 200 points, and you feel like crap, and you're like, well, yeah, let me just log off Showdown for the day, or let me go take a break. Does that sound familiar? If it does, stay tuned as we're about to break this down. Now, the backstory behind how I discovered this is actually in working with people in the academy. So if you don't know, the academy is a Discord that I have. Link is in the description, free to join. And the members of the academy have taught me so much. The benefit is, as somebody who coaches people all the time, I get to see different aspects of people, and people are very vulnerable with me. And so in learning these things and being exposed to different problems and having to come up with solutions and try to identify why these things happen, I've come to realize that tilting is not skill based. Tilting is a psychological problem, or I should just say a psychological thing. I wouldn't call it a problem, it's just an event. And so the guy you're looking at right now, he was experiencing the same thing, and applied the same principles that I'm about to share with you, and immediately cured it. There's a plethora of people. Like, if I had to go through all these, this is another person that I was helping out. Very same. All of the messages, mind you, they don't know about each other, and all their messages are the same. It's always, I'm less stressed, I'm enjoying the game more, and I'm actually enjoying the game again. And that's what I want for each and everybody by the end of this video. Each and everyone at the end of this video. And so let's get into it, right? First and foremost, we have to realize we are the avatars.
Only the avatar, master of all.
And I'm not talking the last airbender. Meaning, every habit, way of thinking, strength, weakness is brought to the table when we decide to do something. So whether we're deciding to play tennis, whether we're deciding to, start a job, sports, school, who you are is brought to the table in whatever you do. And so Pokemon is no different. So we are the avatar. First thing, when we do something we care about, we inject our avatar, who we are, into it, whether it be all the things that I mentioned before. When we do that, we tend to attach our identity to these things. So every good result makes us feel good, and everything we perceive as bad makes us feel bad, because we're no longer playing tennis. We're a tennis player. We're no longer playing Pokemon. We're Pokemon players. We're no longer just playing Pokemon. We're now 1500 level players. We're not just, and so you get the idea there. Now, the risk of this is the upside. Let's be honest. There's an upside. So when you identify with your ranking like that, because that's the biggest linchpin for why people tilt. When you identify with your ranking, and let's say you've made it to 1500, you're proud of that accomplishment. That's a great accomplishment, by the way. And you're proud of that accomplishment, and you're like, okay, 1500, puffing your chest, awesome. And then you lose a game, lose a few, and you drop below 1500, and now you're 14-ish. You're now trying to reclaim your identity. You've identified with your points. You were a 1500 level player, so anything below that is painful, because just how people work, we like to keep in alignment with who we believe we are. So if you're not in the 1500s and you drop down to the 1300s, you're going to keep playing, chasing that identity back. So that's why you'll have those tilts, because you're not playing with the goal of necessarily even winning. You're playing with the goal of I need to get back to where I feel comfortable. And if you don't believe me, just pay attention the next time. It's an emotional thing. It's an attachment to the result of wherever you believe you should be. It's believe where you should be. Now, the good thing about that is you'll generally not fall far below wherever you believe you should be. So you're going to get back up to 1500. Generally, when you tilt, you notice you get back, right? Tilts aren't permanent. But in that moment, you just keep losing because you're trying to chase. You're like, okay, I'm going to grab another one. And so that mindset, very, 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 very poisonous, very, very dangerous. So the cure is to detach yourself from the points. You are not a 1600 player. You are not a loser if you lose a game. All you need to do, take a break, because you're going to be very emotionally wound up. When you come back, you know that losing is good. You either win or you learn. And so when you step back into the game, you're not a 1500 player trying to climb his way back up. You're Bob, Bill, Jimmy, whatever your name is, playing Pokemon to the best of his ability, and every result is good. Lose, you learn from it. You win, great, you get points, and you can learn from it. And when that reframe comes back, you'll find yourself starting enjoying the game again, because now there's not this big meaning, which is partly why people don't play, because to identify yourself as a Pokemon player and then to get poor results, which is subjective, basically you're not winning as much as you'd like. You then feel a lot of pain, and because you feel a lot of pain, you don't want to play, because who wants to do stuff that they're feeling pain with all the time? So the cure is to detach your identity from your points. And the good thing about this as well is if you identify as a 1500 level player, it's really hard for you to scale to the peak of your potential, get to 2000s, 1800s, 1900, whatever, because of that reason. So it prevents a tilt and it frees you to grow, because what's going to happen is when you're nearing 1600, because you've identified as a 1500 player for so long, you're going to tilt back down until you get that breakthrough conversation in the academy, or you PM me, or sometimes you just kind of say, screw it, I'm doing this, and you let go of being 1500, but then you attach yourself to 1600 again. And so now we go through the cycle. Ultimately, guys, strictly focus on your name is Bob and you play Pokemon. You're competent, all these things. And the beauty of it is when you're laddering and you release all these negative ways of thinking, because the ladder will reveal weaknesses within your armor, right? If you rage, and these are things that are inherent to you as a person, not to Pokemon. And so the beauty of it is, as you purify yourself on the ladder, you actually purify yourself as a person. So it's a two-way street. That's why people who play sports improve as people while they improve as athletes, or disciplines like martial arts or whatever. So yep, that's pretty much all I have to discuss on that. That's the cure to tilt, guys. Disidentify yourself. Remember, we are the avatars. When we do something we care about, we inject our avatar into it, so we become that thing. And when we do that, we tend to attach our identities. So disattach, disassociate. Remember that no result defines you. It's just an event. And yeah, hopefully this was helpful. Hit the like button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
You're always going after it, always going after it, always going after it. And if there's a challenge that ensues, oh, good, I want to see how I stack up to that. So you go after it, you go after it. And it's just, it's fun. It's like you get a chance to compete against opponents, and you get a chance to see where you stack up against them. It's like, I want to see. Maybe I'm not good enough today. If that's fine. I'll be good enough the next time I see you, though. And you get a chance to always measure yourself. And It's just fun to do that.